This used to be the band room.
The band room?
Yeah.
Can we go inside again?
Construction work is ongoing, so it's defunct now. So it used to be the band room where they would store their instruments and do some practices. Right? But obviously, they have grown. They've grown bigger in size, so they can no longer accommodate the band.
Can you rate your band? Because I hear school bands here are a big deal. How is your band among all school bands?
Our band is called the Country Band.
Country Band?
Yes.
That's the alone country band?
Yes. So in the last inter-secondary school band competition organized by Africell, we were the champions.
Oh, you won?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the band is now doing a new structure for their band room.
That is the new structure.
This one here. This is the band. This is the band room. It's ongoing.
Wow.
Yes. So that's the band room. It's ongoing. So.
Wow.
Many years ago, that building.
That building.
Yes. Used to be.
That building, Esther.
Yeah, that building there.
That looking rusted.
Yes, it used to be the woodwork or metalwork department.
The woodwork or metalwork department.
Yes. So
this one.
Yes, boys were trained as craftsmen. So woodwork and metalwork was part of the curriculum. So you had boys learning how to do carpentry. That's why most of the older folks, they're handy people. Oh, right, they're handy people. So they used to offer woodwork and metalwork there.
Wow.
Right.
Why are you here?
Sadly, it was just discontinued
when you came in.
At the time I was entering the principals. This used to be, or is called the IDA block.
The what?
IDA, what? International Development.
Okay, IDA block.
Yeah, so it was done by the IDA with funds from the IDA.
Okay.
And coincidentally, I sat here. The top class was where I did my third form. Okay. Right. So that's where I did my third form, in that classroom there.
That classroom.
Yeah, that's where I did my third form.
Wow. Wow. So what memories do you remember here?
Well, very fond memories because, you know, when you're in third form, you're in transition, moving from junior school to senior school. So it was quite fun. So many stories. I would not want for it to be captured on camera because well, it was good to be there.
I want captured on the camera. What was the best moment you can remember here?
Well, the best moment will obviously be the classes that we took in there. Right, we had very good teachers that will come and give their all. They'll give their all to ensure that we understand the concepts that has been taught. So the teaching aspect was maybe the most favorable thing.
You enjoyed the teaching?
But then one downside was I was quite a tiny boy up to Form 3. Okay. And up to Form 3, I used to come to school with pack lunch. Okay. So we used to have some bigger boys in the class. I used to sit just right in front of here. Okay. So you have the boys at the back, and then they know I have my pack lunch in my bag. Okay. Because they will just come to my seat and say, "Open your bag," and they will sit and they eat my lunch and they go back to their.
They were bullying you.
Well, it's part of the boys' game. Well, it was all fun.
Okay, you saw it not fun.
Yeah, well.
Did you say that
then it was not fun. Going back, I could just I normally see most of them. I just tell them.
Okay, now you are their president.
Yeah.
What do you tell them?
Well, just tell them you in Creole say you not steamy bra.
You not steamy bra.
Yeah, you not steamy bra. This building, by the time I was here.
Which one? This one?
This one. It was not used as a classroom. Okay. So it was more like an unfinished building. Okay. We met it being called Barcelona.
Barcelona?
Yes.
Why was it called Barcelona?
I couldn't imagine it because when we came here, we used to play football in there. Okay. So it must have been football related.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well, Barcelona is definitely football related.
Yes. So it used to call Barcelona. So many people remember it as Barcelona.
Okay. Was there a real Barcelona moment that they made it?
Well, I'll have to cross-check that fact. So this
Okay.
building here is the junior school,
Okay, this is the junior.
the junior block here. So in our days, once you're in Form 1, or most of the Form 1s were here. So that's where we started.
Okay, so this is the junior block.
Yes, that's where we started. Almost every other kid that came to Prince of Wales School in Form 1 will have sat in this block. Yeah, so, and this used to be the vice principal office, but now it's the principal's office for the junior school.
Okay.
Yeah, so this used to be junior block, right? One thing worthy of note I would like to show is this memorial cenotaph. So you could see it reads, erected to the cherished memory of all Prince Williams who are now rest eternally. The friends our boyhood knew. So this is a memorial cenotaph that we constructed to remember all those of our friends who started the journey with us, but they are here no more.
No more.
Yeah, so
Esther, you have to take the two of us against the cenotaph.
we had a memorial service in a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yes, where we laid wreath and did candles to the memory of those fallen colleagues.
It's like you guys have tied so much to the school, even as you've left decades after.
This man standing here,
The tree.
yeah,
Wow.
he's quite an iconic man.
Okay, tell me.
So when I came to this school,
Okay.
many of the teachers who would not want to go to the staff room would sit here. And these were
This tree.
yes, just here
Yeah.
on that platform. They will sit there.
Victor, bring your camera.
They will sit there. And once you see the teachers here, you know you should not be out and about this compound.
Okay.
Right.
So what they sit there?
And if you are a pupil and they said, Mr. X is calling you, he sat under the cotton tree, you know you are in for a very good ride.
You are in trouble.
A very good ride. So you have teachers here. We still have we have some really naughty boys back then that constantly they will be kneeling under here because they're in trouble every day.
Every day.
Yeah, but this used to be.
This is the teachers.
Yes.
Resting
spot and the.
For arresting culprits.
Yeah, they ensure that the school. Schools run properly. We behave ourselves how we should behave.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's there. That's it.
Can you make this tree come alive? This tree. Sir?
Get them later.
We'll get him later, so we have to bring it alive. Okay.
So that building there is what it used to be a sick bay.
Okay.
But we are trying to rehabilitate it.
More like the school's clinic.
Clinic, yeah. So it used to be a sick bay.
That is the school clinic?
Yeah, yes, even though at some point it was a classroom for the boys in Form 5, I guess, were there. So.
Have you taken that to clinic? You have taken the clinic. Okay.
So, and then maybe for the school. One of the most iconic buildings in school history, right across Sierra Leone, would be this building.
This building?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks iconic anyway. So
this
why is it iconic?
This just the mere shape of it.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't miss it. If you see this building, you know it's Prince of Wales School. So you could tell from the plaque here that this building was commissioned in 1956.
I think you see that's.
He said the Prince of Wales School. This science block was built with funds provided
31 years after it was established
by the people of the United Kingdom under the Colonial Development and Welfare Act. The foundation stone was laid on the 30th day of April 1954 by His Excellency Sir Robert Dzush Mall, KCMG, Governor, Commander-in-Chief, and Vice Admiral.
Wow.
So this is what we call the science building. This building has produced the best engineers in the country, the best medical doctors, the best environmentalists, the best chemists. This building is magic.
Magic. I like that.
It's magic.
This is the magic building.
This is the magic building.
Wow.
So we have the labs on this building. This used to be the biology lab. In my final year in school, I sat in this classroom because I was in the sciences.
Okay.
We have a few classrooms on the bottom, but the upper floor, we used to have. We have the chemistry and physics lab upstairs.
Okay.
And then we used to have the upper 6 class.
Upper 6.
Yes.
Where is that?
It's upstairs.
Okay.
So that's that was the most senior class in the school.
Okay.
They were the class taking the A level.
Okay.
And just after that upper 6 class, you have the art room, where we go to do creative practical art. So I can remember as junior boys, we walk from that building, come this way to go up to the art room. But then you have to ensure that you walk in front of the upper 6 classroom as quietly as it could get.
Why?
Because any noise from you, you run the risk to be a problem.
Did you enter such trouble?
Well, I was quite a careful young man. I did not run into trouble quite often, right? But then you try not to, because even if you're not the one creating the noise, if you're in that group,
all of you around.
Yeah, but you know when you're going past the upper 6 classroom, you have to be in your best behavior, right? There's something there I want to show. That building there.
Okay.
It's now been blocked off temporarily, but it's what we used to call stage.
Stage?
Yes.
That place?
Yes. So normally we used to have our prize giving on that other end.
Prize giving on the other end?
Yes.
What about this building?
This building is part of a government initiative to give more classrooms to the school. So this is a 20 classroom building that has been built. Okay. But back to that stage.
The stage.
It used to be our ground for prize giving.
Okay.
But on normal days, it used to be a football arena.
This space now?
Yes. So we used to call stage ball. You know, the stage is like this, and there's an empty.
Okay. Stage ball.
Yeah, there is no margin here. So. Okay. It's either if you're not careful, you
jump over.
You go down, right?
Okay.
So if you have to play on the stage, you have to
be very careful.
Get your stamina and you know how to play football.
Yeah.
Right. So we've produced major football stars in this country playing on that stage. Right. Of course, you can see our iconic football field.
Yeah, they are playing cricket
now. We used to pride ourselves as the only school that have a complete 400-meter pitch in Sierra Leone.
Oh.
So not for
a complete 400-meter
yes.
pitch.
So not for a single time during my days in this school, or long before me or long after me, that we have held our inter-sports meets somewhere else. So on Saturday coming, we're here.
Let's just go to the center of the field.
Well, they're playing. Yeah, they're playing cricket. We should be mindful. These balls are quite.
I know this place is better.
Yeah.
So they'll be our background. Are you ready, Esther? So you said this place is
400-meter pitch. Complete 400-meter pitch. Yeah.
I can see that you have a stand.
Yeah, this spectator stand was done by the Cricket Association. because they used to use our field. You can see cricket is ongoing now.
Yeah.
Right. And those buildings at the back there, the one you're seeing, that's the principal quarter. It's under renovation.
Principal quarter?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the vice principal quarter is at the back.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Is it a boarding school really?
No.
Not a boarding?
It's a day school.
It was never a boarding school?
Never a boarding school. It's a day school.
So, where are we going to head?
So, as you are aware, we are celebrating our centenary.
Yeah.
And we want to remember the centenary with a legacy.
Okay.
So we thought of a concept that we call the legacy project for the centenary, which included buying 100 brand new set of instruments for the band, and then having this mini stadium
Yeah.
that has 1,000 seating capacity.
1,000?
Yeah. It's a multi-purpose complex, so we can play volleyball, basketball, tennis. We can also play football. Over there are some contributions that will have been made by some various classes.
Yeah, I thought 2003 is the highest.
Yeah, you do. Well, the highest on record that they've come and presented. Other classes
are presented.
They have presented, but they know. Yeah. And on International Women's Day, we celebrated because this school used to have ladies at sixth form. Yeah, we used to have ladies coming in at sixth form.
The last class?
Yes, for lower six and upper six. But that was discontinued in 2000 because we moved over to the 63-4 system. Okay. So there was no sixth form again. So, we used to have ladies.
How many years that lasted?
I am told the first set of ladies will have been here in the early 50s, maybe 52 or 54. And it lasted till 2000.
2000, that's about...
say roughly over 40 years.
Over 40 years?
Over 40 years we had female. We had female.
And so that's
we hosted them on the court, and they are an integral part of our school history.
Let's sit there. We've walked a lot. Let's sit down and round up. Here is better. Where's the stand?
Say?
Can you get your stand, madam? Huh?
Victor. Bring
your stand, Standy. I'll need your permission to talk to the site guy, the site manager. Okay, all right. Are you there?